Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Cancer August 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, first thing up is, as far as August goes, the Sun will be in Leo from the 1st until the 23rd. So the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on finances, income, monetary matters, resources, possessions, one's self-worth and self-esteem, and buying and selling as well, and things you value. And given that this is Leo energy, a lot of this may be done with a lot of willful and energy, a lot of ferocity. Also done with a lot of pride and dignity, but there may be some extravagance with this, especially in financial matters at this time, but also done with a lot of heart as well. And given this could be also done perhaps in a very attention-seeking way, and perhaps also too with a lot of generosity and magnanimous energy. And just guard against becoming overly generous at this time as far as your finances are, Cancer, because you do need something for yourself. At the same time, this could shine the light, so to speak, on perhaps a person you generate income with that might be very domineering, egotistical, arrogant, bombastic, or it might even shine the light, so to speak, on a Leo type possession, such as something with entertainment or something you do that's connected with creativity as far as entertainment goes, like a DVD or VHS or some kind, or any item that is associated with your fun, amusement, your enjoyment, some kind of game you might have been looking for. But anyway, next thing up, as far as August goes, the Sun will be in Virgo from the 23rd until the 31st. So the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on communications, one's people prominent, one's early education, siblings, cousins, neighbors, short journeys, local transportation, assimilating information. And given, this is Virgo energy, a lot of this may be done in a very systematic manner, very methodically, a lot of acute attention to detail, very analytical manner, and very and a lot of, but yet might be a little bit pedantic as well, and also worrisome manner in some cases as well. This could also, in some cases, this may shine the light, so to speak, on an overly, it could be very pedantic and overly verbose, wordy, worrisome, judgmental, critical sibling, cousin, neighbor, or someone you may have known from your early education, but at the same time you might be trying to shine, so to speak, in very analytical communications, or diagnosing even vehicles, because I mean the third house is connected with short journeys and in your general local transportation. So anyway, well, the next thing up, there will be a full moon in Aquarius on August 15th, so the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, well, at this time you might find yourself perhaps, this could be really at this time, in some cases, this could be about the completion or culmination of some perhaps transformation you may have made that might have been connected with some electronic or computer type equipment. It could have been through working out using high-tech equipment, because that's usually connected. I mean, it's going to be connected, of course, with electronics and computers. This could also be, at the same time, you might be ending an intimate or sexual relationship, perhaps with an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Aquarius characteristics. It could be some kind of, at the same time, when you're talking about full moons in astrology, they could often be about revelations or unveilings. This could be about maybe someone you're in an intimate relationship with, someone you're in a sexual type connection, or someone in a shared resources situation that may be It might be showing some really odd or bizarre idiosyncratic behavior, and it might be something that comes out at this time, and there was something maybe bizarre or unusual about this person that you didn't know about before, but it comes out now. But and this could also be, in some cases, something perhaps. I mean, this could be, for astrologers, this could be very auspicious because you're talking about Aquarius, which is associated with astrology. The eighth house is connected with the occult and supernatural, which can include astrology. This could be the end, perhaps the completion of for example, an astrological writing at this time. For some people, if that is what you are doing, if you are into astrology. This could also be a time, too, where something unusual might come out or unexpected regarding perhaps an inheritance matter that might have been hidden for some time, and also maybe the completion or culmination, perhaps, of maybe an Aquarius-like legacy that you wanted to leave and you feel maybe you've done so, such as somebody that could be actually somewhat innovative, ingenious, non-conforming, a person that could be very considerate, have good literary ability, be able to be very perspicacious in the manner of speaking, and a person that really can be strongly about new concepts and new ideas, and even somewhat eclectic or unorthodox now in humanitarian qualities. Now, next thing up, there will be a new moon in Virgo on August 30th, so the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, well, in some cases, this could be the end of some kind of, the beginning of perhaps an analytical, maybe communications, or perhaps in some cases, you could be welcoming a Virgo sibling in some cases, and it would, if it's somebody just born, it would be a Virgo sun and moon, because of course it would fall on the new moon in Virgo. Also, too, in some cases, too, this could be about a time, too, where you might be able to analyze your communications more, and really, and even maybe a period of analysis might begin in connection with cousins, siblings, or neighbors, or something where you're doing some kind of extrapolation of data and perhaps communicating about this as well, or a new period where you might start to diagnose maybe vehicles at this time, because this is, I mean, Virgo, of course, is analysis, diagnosis, and the third house is connected with short journeys, local transportation. So, and also, too, in some cases, you might be rekindling a connection with someone from your early education, a sibling, a cousin, a neighbor. It could be with a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo traits. Next thing up. Well, Mercury will be in Cancer as far as August goes, from the 1st until the 11th. So the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, Cancer, you might come across as a little bit more voluble and loquacious, more so than usual. You might be talking a lot extensively about your Cancerian qualities, such as being very sympathetic, nurturing, diligent, dedicated, devoted, tenacious, emotional. Could also be at this time, remember that Mercury can also be about siblings. So this could be about Cancerian, sun, moon, or ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Cancerian traits that might figure more prominently in your outlook on life, your new beginnings, perhaps. It could be your appearance at this time, Cancer. And you might find yourself just as well, really at this time. It could also, Mercury can also be about neighbors. So this could be about very nurturing, caring, sympathetic neighbors that might also be concerned about your physical well-being, especially if this is actually hitting your first house in your natal chart, your new beginnings, perhaps doing things that are really, and maybe even matters with the grandmother in some cases as well, and especially if your grandmother is at a time where if she's somewhat sickly or debilitated. So anyway, Next thing up, Mercury will be in Leo as far as August goes, from the 11th until the 29th. So the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, where you might find yourself dominating conversations with people you generate income with. This could also be about bragging and boasting in your communications regarding your possessions, your resources, how much money you're making. But also you might be thinking somewhat extravagantly in terms of selling items, or as far as I should say, buying items in a lot of cases. Hold on a moment, people. Some cases you might be dealing. Again, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Leo characteristics. This could be, in a lot of cases, where where you might be dealing with Leo type siblings, where they might be figuring prominently in your values, your self-worth, your self-esteem, how you feel about yourself, and also in terms of generating money. And also, again, Mercury can also be about neighbors. This could be about dealing with rather know-it-all, arrogant, domineering, egotistical type neighbors that might think that they know what you should do in terms of your money, in terms of what you should buy, what you should sell. And at the same time, this could also about doing some kind of creative writing that might generate income at this point in time as well for you, Cancer. So anyway, next thing up is, as far as August goes, Mercury will be in Virgo from the 29th until the 31st. So the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, this could be about a lot of analytical communications, being punctilious with details, a lot of editing, perhaps in writing and proofreading. This could be something, too, where you might find yourself really maybe speaking in a more judgmental or critical manner regarding siblings, cousins, and neighbors, but also about thinking maybe in more of a frugal sense in matters with your local transportation, your short journeys, and what you're going to spend in terms on gas or what have you. It could also be at a time too where, again, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Virgo traits that might figure more prominent in your communications, your day-to-day, your short journeys, maybe things that you may have learned from your early education, and just assimilating information in general. You might be assimilating information in a very systematic, methodical manner at this time, and also a lot of analysis, mental analysis with third house people, such as siblings, cousins, neighbors, people you knew from your early education. So anyway, last but not least, Venus will be in Leo as far as August goes, from the 1st until the 21st. So the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, you might find yourself getting involved with a lot of extravagant spending on, it's the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. If you're at this time, Cancer, if you're unattached, you may connect with a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Leo characteristics. It might be somebody that might be prominent in your finances, monetary matters, your possessions, and also your self-worth and self-esteem, and whether they have a positive effect on you, person has a positive or negative effect on your self-esteem. A lot of this can be predicated and dependent on aspects this makes to points in your chart. An adverse aspect to Saturn, say, might actually have more of a detrimental effect to how you feel about yourself than an actual positive one, but can still have an effect nonetheless. Could also be about extravagant spending, perhaps to make money, whether you might be investing or what have you. And it could also be at this time valuing courage, fortitude, even extravagance, generosity, valor, courage, things that are extroversion, gregariousness, in terms of what you're doing in terms of making money at this time. And those things could play a very strong role in your self-worth and how you feel about yourself at this time. And really, and also it could be at this time as well, really about just the general It could be the enjoyment of Leo type things with somebody that you might generate income with. It could be things connected with entertainment or playing games like Guitar Hero or doing something, anything that could be Leo related, something attention seeking, playing golf, or even just sports in general at this time. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Cancer August 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Cancer August 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.